Hello everybody, welcome. I'm Zoya. Welcome. So basically, in this wonderful Leo reading, this will be for May 5th to May 12th of 2026. So you know what, Leo, I understand what you're going through in every single day. Basically, you are saying to yourself, like, you need to get better at myself, or I'll need to do things for myself, whatever it is. But you know what, for instance, what I'm going to say to you is that you have to do what you can, Leo, because that's how it goes. I understand. By the way, this is whether you have your own choice of words, you have to pay attention to about how it goes. You're trying to not obey your the way how it goes, but whether you're trying to have your own way, you have your own, how it goes that way. That's how it's gonna be. So that's how it is. But anyways, Leo, you have to pay attention on that way, because this is how it kind of goes in that direction. So that's how it goes. So the way this is, you have to pay attention, and it's wonderful feeling, and you think, okay, well, this is how it goes. This is the way it happens. This is the way it works. Because in that aspect, that's how it goes. So let's see. So we have the Hermit is upright because you're looking for a soulmate, and the Queen Wands is over there's charisma. That's how it goes. So you want, Leo, you have to pay attention whether if you want to find a soulmate, or whether if you are saying that you already had somebody, but then maybe it actually wasn't a good idea, or you're using your charisma. That's how it goes. So you might be doing it to another Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or you might do it in another Libra, or whatever it is. But where this is, whether you have to do what you can, that's how it's going to be. Okay, that's how it is. So whether you say to yourself and say, I need to do what I can, that's how it goes, right? So you have to step in the right direction. You have to follow your lead, because that's how it goes. And you think to yourself, it's like, well, that's how it goes. I need to do it, but that's how it's going to be. So we're going to figure out what's going on between you versus them in this situation, because that's how it goes. And whether you like it, that's how it goes in that way. That's how it's going to be. So that's how it is. But, like I say, is that you versus them in this situation, no matter what you're going through in that way, because that's how it goes. So you're going to see in that direction, because that's how it's going to be. It's going to be, depends on what's going on in that way, and that's how it goes in that circumstance. So here we go. So we have the Queen Wands reverse, means that you have no charisma. You might have charisma, but the way this is, that's how it goes in that way. So that's how it's going to be. On the right side for them, they actually have marriage on the line. They might be getting married to you. Maybe you might be looking for going to get married, whatever it is. So you might do this in a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius in that way, and that's how it goes. So let's see what's going on. So I'm going to clarify you as the Queen Wands. So we'll clarify. 6-1 reverse, there's no celebrations. Got reverse, there's no endings. 9-1 reverse, there's no fear. So that's how it goes in that way. Judgment reverse, there's no action. Queen of Pentacles reverse, there's no stability about money. And 9 of Cups over this fulfillment. Exactly, everything's fulfilled. So you might be doing it in a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in that way, because that's how it goes. You have to understand that, because the way of this is that you have to process your own way how it goes, whether you have to see it, because nothing is impossible to make it possible, and whenever you do it, that's how it's going to be. So Leo, you have to understand that, okay? Now for them, let me clarify this 4 wands here. Just as already, they're telling the truth. 6 cards is no movement. 7 cards over there's positivity, and Page of Pentacles over there's prospects. Exactly. So whenever they are telling the truth, they want to stay positive. But there's no movement here. So whether they are feeling like there's something that's happening, that's how it goes. It's like they need to move forward. They want to have positivity. That's how it goes. Because there's always a good way. Because when you have positivity, you have to stay positive. You have to stay humble. Because that's how it goes. And that's how it's going to be. You have to know what's right, what's wrong. Okay? Let me clarify this. 9 cups for you, Leo. 5 of Pentacles here, there's no insecurity. King of Swords, there's no leadership. Page of Swords, there's education. Exactly, so you're being educated on it. So you might be doing it in a Gemini request in that way, because that's how it goes. So it's between how it goes in that way, based in that respect. Okay, so let me clarify this Page of Pentacles for them. Nine Pentacles over there's you're feeling comfortable. Six because yours is no the past. Eight because yours is there's no entertainment. Nine Pentacles yours there's no trust. Exactly, because you're not trusting them. Wheel of Fortune yours they're having bad luck. And Three Pentacles they are having excitement because they want to talk about it. They want to have the way how this is, because the way this is like they want to be like having their own third party here. That's how it goes. So you might be doing another with them as in Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus in that way. So that's how it's gonna be. So let me clarify this page of Swords here. Lunar Uranus is no misrotations. Two cups Uranus is no relationships or friendships. Exactly. And Taurus over there's transformation. Yeah, everything's changing. So whether it's like you used to be in relationships or friendships, everything's changing, and that's how it goes. So when you look at things, you have to look at them from a different perspective, that's how it goes. And that's how it's going to be. It's like you need to understand that because you versus them in this situation, okay? So I understand that. So let me clarify this tower. Story yours is no inspiration. Okay, what's this Three Pentacles about? Here from yours is no guidance. Okay, so I understand that. I kind of figure out what's going on. So what's this Star card about? Fool of yours is no change. Him is already there's restrictions. There is already you're making decisions. That's how it goes. So whether you are basically saying that you want decisions, you want to make decisions. That's how it goes. But when you have restrictions, Leo, you're being restricted. It's like you want to do things, but you can't do it because you're being restricted. That's how it goes. I have no idea why, but that's how it goes. Okay. Now for them, let's see what's this Hierophant about. Wheel of Fortune reverse, they're having bad luck. Here reverse, there's no progress. Hermit is right there. They're basically wanting to find a soulmate because that's how it goes. When they want a soulmate, they want to find solitude because that's how it goes. It's the way of how it goes, and it's the step direction, And when it's a step in the right direction, that's how it goes. It's like things are going to be looking good as they are, and that's how it's going to be. Okay, so that's how it is. So let me clarify this Lovers. Second card is over. There's bravery. Emperor is no structure, and the world is over. There's completion. Exactly, everything's completed. So you might be doing a Leo as a fire sign, but the way this is, whether you want to have completion and everything's completed, that's how it goes. It's like, alright, this is how it goes. I need to do it in the right direction because that's how it is. That's how it's going to play out. And when it plays out, that's how it's going to be. Okay? Now for them, with this Hermit card, let me clarify that, please. Empress over, there's nourishment. Hangman is over, there's restrictions. Hermit is over again. So they might be dealing with a Libra as an air sign, but they might have restrictions as well. So whether you have restrictions, Leo, they might have restrictions. Okay, so both of you have restrictions because it's like you want to be with them, they want to be with you, but they have restrictions. Being restricted is the way how it works, and that's how it goes. It's the way how it is, and you have to understand that because when you decide that everything seems to be fine, yes, but how would that be possible to make it possible, right? Everything has to be all good, but that's how it goes, right? So you have to see things in the right direction because that's how it is, right? So it's like you're saying to yourself and say, I need to do what's right. That's how it goes, right? So that's how it's going to be. Now, in the middle of this situation, let's see what's going on. So, what's in the middle? Here, the High Priestess area, you're using your voice. Followed by the 8 Cups area, there's entertainment. 3 Pentacles area, there's no excitement. Fool area, there's no change. 4 Pentacles area, you're basically insecurity about money. Death card is already there's ending. So basically you're focusing on another Scorpio as a water sign because you need to understand that. So things will come as they go along because that's how it's going to be. So it's always something, and when you do it, that's how it goes. It's like this is not any entirety, but that's how it goes now. So I'm going to go from the middle to the right, middle to left. 8 of Wands, there's no speed. Nine of Swords, there's no drama. Magician's story, there's skill. Three of Swords reverse is no heartbreak. Devil reverse is no obsessions or addictions. 10-1 is upright, there's burdens. 5-1 reverse is no chaos. 10 swords over, there's basically conclusions. Exactly, because you want conclusions. You're being concluded because that's how it goes, and for them they are feeling like that. It's like they want to be concluded, but how would they want it to be, right? That's how it goes. And they might be doing this in their generally request, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, that's how it goes. So that's how it seems to be, right? So let me clarify this 10 of swords here. King Pentacles first is on prosperity of money. Fool is already there's change, and Strength card is already there's bravery. So they might be doing this in their Leo as a fire sign, but that's how it goes. So that's how it seems to be. So let me go from the middle to the left for you, Leo. King of Cups is already you want support. 9 of Swords is upright. There's drama here. 3 of Cups reverse is no celebration. Page of Wands reverse is no invention. 8 of Swords is already there's anxiety. Yeah, because you're feeling sad, you're whimpering, that's how it goes. And things are not going as planned. So you might be deal with another generally recurrence in that way because things are not going as planned. And when it is, that's how it goes. So let me clarify this 8 of Swords here. Queen of Cups reverse is no empathy. Here for this over there's guidance. 8 of Cups reverse is no is unsatisfactory. Whereas over there's completion. Queen of Wands reverse is no charisma. 9 of Cups is over there's romance. Exactly. So things will be as they are, but that's how it goes. It's like, okay, this is how it's going to be. I know what to do. Yes, because that's how it is. So, you think to yourself and say, I need to do it, but that's how it goes, right? So let's see what the universe is saying. I'm going to go from the middle to the right, middle to left. So 10 of Swords reverse is no conclusions. Queen of Swords reverse is no independence. 10 of Cups is upright, there's a delusion. High Priest are using his voice. Page of Pentacles reverse, there's no prospects. 2 of Wands reverse is no planning. Queen of Wands is already there's charisma. Exactly. So things are happening for them. They might be doing another with Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So whether they want it, that's how it goes. And that's how it seems to be. What's between the middle and the left side for you, Leo? 5 of Pentacles reverse is no insecurity. 10 of Cups is over there's completeness, justice over you're telling the truth. 9 of Wands over there's immaturity. Exactly. 3 of Wands reverse is no communication. So basically you're cutting out communication. And when you cut out something, that's how it goes, right? It's a bad idea to cut out communication. And for them, they feel like there's a delusion here. They're not showing their independence. They're not, that's how it goes. And things are not going as planned for them. So for you, Leo, I'm going to clarify this 3 of Wands here. So let's see. 6 is upright, there's movement. King of Pentacles are there's security. Exactly. Strength card is upright, there's bravery. Exactly. So you want to be brave. You want to be brave enough because that's how it goes. So you might be focusing another Leo as another fire sign. So whether things are good or bad, that's how it goes. So when things are happening, that's how it's going to be. So let me clarify this Strength card. 6 of Pentacles reverse is no kindness. See, being rude and disrespectful. Queen of Pentacles reverse is no stability. Queen of Cups is upright. There's empathy. Yeah, because there's two sides of the story here. What makes sense, what doesn't make sense. But you decide. So whether you need to pay attention, whether you're going to change that unkindness to kindness, you have to be respectful. That's how it goes. And if you're not being respectful and you don't know how things are, let it go, right? That's how it's going to be. But how it is, that's how it's going to be, okay? Then you clarify for them with this Queen of Wands here. 10 Pentacles, they want wealth, they want money. Ace Wands is already there's new beginnings. Empress is already there's nourishment. 4 Wands, there's celebration. And 8 of Swords, there's anxiety. Exactly. So they want money, they want respect, they want to have things to be going on with them, but that's how it goes. if you are acting being rude and mean to them, Leo, you have to pay attention to how they are feeling. That's how it goes. So it's like a back and forth of this situation. So you have to pay attention. So you might be dealing with a Gemini, Leo, Aquarius, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So whether if you decide of what you're doing, that's how it goes to them. Okay? What's the middle of this situation? Ace of Swords is upright. There's an understanding here. Exactly. So you might be doing something Gemini, Leo, Aquarius, but that's how it goes in that way, right? That's how it seems to be. So whether you like it or not, that's how it goes. And when you do it, that's how it seems to be. It's the way how it is, but there's always a course of action. And that action is, that's how it goes, right? That's how it seems to be. So the way how this is, whether you have your own enjoyment, Leo, you have to pay attention because the universe is saying you have to have an understanding, and that's how it goes. And when you like it, that's how it's going to be. So I hope you all like this video. Try to understand it. Try to get a like in the comment if you want, but that's how it goes, and that's how it's going to be. So I hope you all like it, enjoy it, and I'll see you next time when I do, and that's how it goes, and that's how it is, and that's what it seems to be, because, you know, that's how it is. So I hope you all like this video. See you next time. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye for now. Really, thank you. Have a nice day. Thanks, and thank you, and